In our story Stella Luna, we have two types of characters. We have dynamic and static characters. A dynamic character is a character that changes significantly throughout the story. This does not mean that the character goes from being alive to dead or poor to rich. In the case of poor to rich, for example, a character might have that physical change but remain very mean and bitter and angry. A dynamic character is going to be one that changes more internally. So it's going to be someone that learns to accept something or grows as a character. This is a dynamic character. A static character is a character that does not change or changes very little in a story. This very well might be that character that went from poor to rich but remained bitter and mean and angry. That poor to rich is not a significant change. It's a little change because it does not change who the character is internally. Looking at our book, Stella Luna. Stella Luna herself is an example of a dynamic character. In the story, she is with her mother, and then tragically, because of the owl attack, she loses her mother. Fortunately, she finds the birds, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Mother Bird, and they raise her. Later, she does find her mother again. As a result of this, some of the changes that Stella Luna undergoes, she starts by being unsure of her identity. She still has her bat mannerisms, such as wanting to sleep hanging from her feet and disliking the bugs. But because of the pressure from Mother Bird, she starts sleeping, sitting up in the nest, and she eats the bugs even though she doesn't like them. So that's an identity crisis. Later, she starts to accept who she is when she meets the other bats and comes to terms with, hey, I like fruit, and I like sleeping by my feet, and I can see in the dark. So because she accepts who she is and how she is different from her friends, she's changing internally. We would consider this a significant change, again making Stella Luna a dynamic character. Mother Bat, for another example, is a static character. Okay? Even though Mother Bat, just like Stella Luna, experiences losing and then finding, she loses Stella Luna and then later she finds her, this is an insignificant change for her because throughout the entire story, she's still sweet and loving and nurturing. She doesn't change internally because of this loss. Because of this, Mother Bat is a static character. To review, dynamic characters change significantly. Static characters do not change or change very little, often only externally.